This is Robert. Robert is 62 years old, and this morning he officially became a millionaire. His investment account finally hit the seven-figure mark he's been chasing for 40 years. He did everything right. He saved 15% of every paycheck, he stayed disciplined with his S&P 500 index funds, and he even managed to pay off his mortgage. By every 20th century standard, Robert has won the game. He should be on a cruise right now. He should be sleeping soundly. But as we sit here tonight, Robert's house is pitch black. Why? Because he couldn't afford to pay his electricity bill this month. Welcome to the brutal reality of 2026, a world where the millionaire status has been hollowed out. In the old world, $1 million meant you were set for life. In today's America, for a retiree like Robert, $1 million is the new broke. Today we are performing a financial autopsy. We are going to open up Robert's perfect portfolio and identify the hidden killers that are draining his wealth in real time. If your entire retirement plan is built around hitting $1 million, you aren't just at risk, you might already be insolvent. Let's find out where the money actually went. To understand how a millionaire ends up in the dark, we have to perform a forensic audit on Robert's life. Let's look at the raw data. Robert's million is sitting in a traditional 401k. He has no credit card debt, no car payments, and his home is fully paid off. On paper, his net worth is enviable, but net worth is a vanity metric. Cash flow is sanity. Robert follows the 4% rule, the retirement gold standard. The math says 4% of $1 million is $40,000 a year. That's $3,300 a month. In a typical American suburb, $3,300 sounds like a comfortable life. It's more than the average Social Security check. It's what many people dream of. But as your forensic auditor, I'm here to tell you that this $3,300 is a phantom number. It doesn't actually exist in Robert's pocket. Why? Because Robert is a victim of the Millionaire Gap. He is too young for Medicare, too wealthy for government subsidies, but too poor to survive the hidden costs of 2026. We are about to track every single dollar of that $3,300. And what we found in the ledger isn't just a shortfall, it's a systemic collapse of the American dream. Let's open the books and find the first killer. The first killer we found in Robert's audit is the tax trap. That $3,333 monthly withdrawal, the IRS views it as ordinary income. Since his money is in a traditional 401k, every penny is pre-tax. After federal and state income taxes, Robert's real-world cash flow drops instantly to $2,700. He hasn't even bought a gallon of milk yet, and 20% of his wealth is already gone. Then we hit the biggest assassin of all, the healthcare ghost. Because Robert is 62, he's in the Medicare Gap. He's too young for government health care and must buy private insurance. In 2026, for a 62-year-old couple, a silver tier plan with a high deductible costs $1,800 a month. Let's look at the ledger now, $2,700 minus $1,800. Robert has $900 left. But Robert's paid-off house is actually a silent liability. In 2026, property taxes and homeowners insurance have doubled in many states. For a modest suburban home, those costs average $700 a month. $900 minus $700 leaves Robert with exactly $200. $200 for a millionaire. That $200 has to cover food, water, heat, and gas for a car he's owned for a decade. This isn't retirement. It's a high-stakes survival game. Robert is discovering the hard way that in 2026, millionaire isn't a lifestyle. It's just the cost of entry for a middle-class life that no longer exists. His $1 million hasn't failed him. The system's purchasing power has. If you think Robert's $200 a month is the rock bottom, you're wrong. There are two hidden assassins in this audit that Robert never saw coming. The first is longevity risk. Modern medicine in 2026 is a miracle, and Robert is healthy. He could easily live to 95. But for a retiree, living a long life is now a financial liability. Over the next 30 years, even a modest 3% inflation rate will cut the value of his remaining $200 in half. He isn't just broke today, he is mathematically guaranteed to be destitute by 75. The second assassin is the ghost of long-term care. Statistics show that 70% of 65-year-olds will need some form of long-term care before they die. In 2026, the average cost for a private room in a nursing home or 24/7 in-home assistance has crossed $10,000 a month. At that rate, Robert's entire life savings, every single penny of that $1 million would be completely liquidated in just over 8 years. This is the millionaire paradox. Robert worked 40 years to build a mountain of gold only to find out he's standing on a shrinking island in an ocean of rising costs. He didn't plan to fail. He planned for a world that no longer exists. He realized too late that $1 million is a static number in a dynamic, predatory economy. So what is the verdict? Is the American dream officially dead? Not necessarily, but the path to achieving it has changed fundamentally. If we want to avoid Robert's fate, we have to stop building net worth and start building financial resilience. First, we must break the addiction to the static number. $1 million is just a scorecard. It is not a strategy. Your real goal shouldn't be a pile of cash, but a portfolio of inflation-protected cash flow. This means moving beyond just index funds and looking into assets that produce rising income like dividend growth stocks or inflation-indexed bonds. Second, you must prioritize tax diversification. Robert's biggest mistake was putting 100% of his eggs in a traditional 401k basket. By the time he needed his money, the government was his biggest expense. You need a Roth strategy, or tax-efficient bridge accounts, to control your taxable income and stay below the thresholds for high insurance premiums. Third, you have to treat healthcare as a line-item investment, not an afterthought. If you don't have a specific fund for the Medicare Gap and a plan for long-term care insurance, you don't have a retirement plan. You have a gamble. The rules of the game have been rewritten. Robert lost because he played by the 1990s rulebook in a 2026 economy. You don't have to be the next victim of this audit. You can choose to adapt your blueprint now while you still have the luxury of time. We return to Robert sitting in his quiet, dark kitchen. He is a millionaire on paper, but a prisoner of his own success. His story isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. The millionaire title used to be the ultimate finish line. In 2026, it is merely the new floor for survival. The system was designed to reward those who save, but the current economy is designed to hollow out those who don't adapt. Don't let a seven-figure balance give you a false sense of security. The numbers in your account are only as good as the freedom they can actually buy. It's time to perform your own forensic audit. Look at your portfolio not as a static mountain of gold, but as a machine. Ask yourself, is it built to withstand the tax traps, the healthcare ghosts, and the inflation of the next decade? Or is it a house of cards waiting for the lights to go out? The choice is yours. You can play the old game and hope for the best, or you can master the new rules and secure a future that actually lasts. What is your real freedom number for 2026? Be honest with the math. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a real conversation about what it takes to be truly free in today's world. I'm Ted, and this is Tedinvests. Build for the future, but protect for the reality. I'll see you in the next video.